kills you stone dead. I mean, it happened to me once and I never believed what an awful place to be. There was just no wind. It was blowing a force 3 and I was behind him. No wind at all. Like, just going into the hole. I've never seen that like before in my life. These guys want to get away. The whole idea is to race the boat as fast as you can. Not to be bothering with the rules. You know, if you can sail fast, you don't have to worry too much about the rules because you have the confidence to avoid all these situations. You know, and the trick, of course, is to know when to slow down as much as it is when to accelerate. Because coming into a mark, sometimes the best place to go around is in second place, not wide, because it could be third. But slow down and, you know, maybe someone make a mistake at the mark and get away with it. But it is amazing, definitely. Just on, I think of it, turns. If you do get someone shouting protest at you and you do think you broke a rule, it's very easy to do turns. Depending on your class, it's going to say either one turn and two turns. No, the cats, two turns or one.
1.
One. How do you describe it?
Attack one join.
One attack, one join.
A jibe and a turn.
Yeah. For years it was 360 degrees, and you had people protesting someone for saying they only did 350 degrees. You know, they were heading north, and when they finished doing their turns, they were, you know, they were 352 degrees. That was ridiculous. You couldn't police it. But the rule did say 360, and we didn't do 360, you actually put the rule. So now they've changed it and said it's attack and a jibe. It's got to be continuous. You can't do the attack, sail on 200 meters, and then do the jibe. People do this. You know, they think,
But that wouldn't happen here.
No. And you got to get clear of other boats. You can't do it in you know, in the racetrack in front of people. And if you touch a mark, it's a turn as well. And it can be really fast to do, you know, particularly if you have a wing mark, if you just dive down, swing and do it quickly, you hardly lose any places. Done right. And many people practice it. Some people do too much practice. But it's something you should practice. You used to always take the crew out and say, just do a quick turn before we get going. It warms everyone up. Everyone gets to realise where the sheets are and they've got the pull ropes and everything. You just do one. And the more you practice like these things, the quicker you're going to do it. You know, you probably practice putting your spinnakers up. You know? But actually it costs you an awful lot more if you get a bad turn than if you fluff this kite going up a little bit. So it's worth practicing these things. You know, because the more you do it, everything comes to hand. Because the tack and the jibe is deceptive. Any fellow can do a tack. Pretty much anyone can do a jibe as well. But to throw one in straight after the other one, you know, that confuses people slightly in the disorientating effect on a boat. So you just get your crew out, do the practice, just do it a few times. You know, it comes really handy, like if you're in too early for a start, it's like, geez, we're going to have to get out of here, quick jibe out, tack around and come back in. That's the 360, it's not a penalty, but it's part of it. I hate to see people that are taking a turn and they're coming up the last beat, you know, 200 yards or less from the committee boat, and you see the boat doing turns. So what is that for? There's no one near them. Within 50 metres. So you couldn't possibly say it clear, but they're just throwing in a pair of turns for some reason. Got to be done pretty much straight away. This is the point about the protests and the flags. It gives the other boat the opportunity to take its turns. And if you haven't given the boat the opportunity by informing them, by shouting protest on the flag and so on, you can't expect the protest committee to take it up for you and say, there's a penalty. You know, it's not fair, really. That's all about fairness, this sport. Any other ones?
You said heading into the Woodward mark, the port has to give way to starboard. At the other end of the course, it's the same again, is it?
Coming downhill.
Coming downhill.
Right.
Maybe on a sausage. One on port, one on
This is
starboard.
where the overlap comes in handy. because the port tack boat may be inside, he's entitled to the room to rent a mark. But he can't take 6 boat decks out here, you know. He's literally entitled to, you know, skin of his teeth almost, get around the mark and see him like way. But be aware of where the overlaps are established. 2 boats coming in, one by this side, the other guy this side, they're sailing like this. They end up at the mark. They've been overlapped for a mile. You know, and an awful lot of people sort of forget a boat coming in at like 45 degrees or 90 degrees to their approach to the mark. It's actually overlapped on them as well from a long way out. And they're kind of surprised when you see, well, where did you come from? It's inside these overlaps, it's in the room. You got to give them space. If you have to jive, give them reasonable room. You don't want the boom to come across and whacking you. You know? So it's like there is
room to, if you follow the jive, you have to.
That's good room to it, yeah. Has to be kind of respect the other sailor, you know. There is one I didn't touch on, and that's our windward mark, where the port tack boat gets into the zone and completes the tack in there. Right? This is slightly different from what I spoke about earlier, and it's on the side. But you come into the zone on the port, the guys come across the top and starboard, and he tacks. Bang on the lay line. Inside the reeling zone. And the starboard boat has to go, oh Jesus, you know, have to avoid him. Because he almost slammed dunk in front of him, but he can do it. But if the starboard boat has had to go above close hauled, he got a protest on what was the port boat. But you have to bear in mind, it's an awkward one. In most cases, the starboard boat is above the lay line. And in a lot of cases like this, he doesn't actually have to sail above close hauled, because he's given himself so much room. He's thrown away so much space that above close hauled is a very clearly defined position. You know, it's hard on the wind, sail as fast as you can, as high as you can, and to sail above that. Not with eased sheets and having a flap a little bit. That's not necessarily above your close hauled course. So that's one to be aware of. The port tack will tax inside the zone. But it's a fluid manoeuvre. Usually the good guys will actually come in on the port because of the bias, because it's more efficient to come below the starboard to set the lay line and cut in. It does depend on the race, but what you don't want to be doing is coming in the starboard lay line and find the starboard lay line's getting higher and higher and higher. Because then you're throwing away yards. Unfortunately, you can't get them back. Because the boats down there, you don't have to throw them away, they're getting them. That's the opposite.
You mentioned that the boat going in that situation that Owen's talking about, one going in on port tack and one on starboard. The port tack is the inside boat, doesn't have right of way. If once it's in a position where it is allowed room to round the mark, if it jibes then, does it then get right of way?
Yeah. But
So-
he still has the room.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
He's got the room. He might now be the windward boat. He may still not have the right of way. Because when they clear the mark, you'll find the boat overlapped underneath him. They'll want to push him up a bit.
Once they go round the mark,
Once
then
they
he
go
can
round.
find himself in.
Yeah.
But until they actually do that, he would have
He has
rights
His
and could
rights
keep
through.
going.
He's rights through.
Okay.
Now, if his room for the mark runs out when he goes past the mark.
Oh yeah, but if he's jibed onto starboard as well then,
Yeah.
say on a run for example, so he can continue
Yeah.
to sail until he's quite ready to come around and go back up.
He's got his room, but he can't take miles. You know, he's only a room to go around the mark. Once you pass the mark, that's gone. Take the mark away and you're sailing your rest in the middle of the water. It's no difference. Should we wrap it up?
So,
Thank you.
Very much.